Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information from relations to dating to when your leader gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm just
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back at it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Bean.
Ooh, what's up, y'all?
Hey, it's the Social Norm. Today's episode, we're gonna do a little fantasy situations, scenarios. And because I was at work today and one of the guys came up with this topic, and I thought it was a pretty cool topic, Beans. It was, if you could change anything about your life, go back in time, one thing that you could change that would alter you go a different path or whatever case may be, what would it be? And when I first heard the question, I'm thinking like, you know what would I want to change? And I realized it ain't so much I want to change anything as much as I would want to say something to him so he could understand certain things that I realize now.
Okay.
But he's like, no, you can't say anything. I was like, can I go meet my younger self and tell him something? Kind of like Back to the Future type stuff. And he was like, no, you can't do that. You can only change something. And I was like, damn, I'm like, what would I change? So today's episode, we're gonna do that. I want to know, Beans, what's one thing you would change? We're gonna do both. I want to know what's one thing you would change that you think, and how you think it would alter your life. And then we're gonna go with what's one thing you would say to yourself.
This might be the same answer. The one thing I would change is I would pay close attention to the people who are giving me advice and trying to guide me. Like, look at how they living.
So you would say it would be one thing, or you say, well, give me a specific one thing, one person, not no group thing. One person. If you say you go back there, you say don't listen to this person.
Don't listen to your parents.
Oh, you gonna group the parents?
Sorry, I didn't take a lot of.
Are you gonna say, wait a minute, with anything or with a specific thing?
Anything.
So your parents was not right about nothing. They didn't give you any good advice.
They weren't right with the way I wanted to live my life. I listened to them when I knew I shouldn't. I respected them enough to listen to them.
What was the
But in the long run, I wasn't happy with a lot of things.
Like what? What was the specific thing?
Just like living on top. Like, they were very religious and stuff like that, and they didn't let us. They were really strict on us, and they didn't really let us. Like, let's say if I wanted to be actor or something like that, and they listened to like a lot of religious leaders and stuff like that. So they basically blocked the things that we wanted to do because someone else told them that it wasn't the right way to live.
So you never. So was that? That
was one of the things
I wanted to be an actor.
That was one of the things I wanted to do, and they were just like, no. And I should have did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But being young.
So what's stopping you now?
Me now, really. Nothing. I mean,
they've implanted that seed that you can't be an actor.
Yeah,
And you
it's
just accepted it.
yeah, it's a lot of how can I say this? It's a lot of programming. That's another reason why I go to therapy too, to reverse a lot of programming I got up here. That's another reason why I don't go to church like that.
So do you feel like you resent the churches for not letting you, like, seeping things into your parents' mind to make them believe that you shouldn't do certain things?
I don't, for years, I did resent church altogether. I did. I was like, don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
No. It was very extreme. I was very, and then people who know me, I was very radical. I had a very radical mindset.
Like what?
Especially back then. So I had this idea. I'm going to incriminate myself. I had this idea that the only way to free my parents was to get them away from this religious group.
The only way to free your parents from their mind, from the so you're saying this religious group was kind of brainwashing them.
Yes.
And you said the only way to free them was to get rid of. Okay.
So
okay.
I had made a plan. Thank God I didn't go through with it. I had made a plan to burn this church to the ground.
Whoa!
I know this sounds crazy. I can talk about it now.
If we edit this video, that should be the first clip.
I can talk about it now.
Cut to the pro.
I can talk about. They never knew I was going to do it. I had a set.
How are we going to do it?
So this is what's happening. My parents were like, my father was a deacon at the time, and my mother was.
So they're involved in this. So
they were very involved in this church. They had church keys.
So you were going to steal the church keys from them.
Keys.
Get inside the church.
Get inside the church, and the plan was to get some like gasoline or whatever, and just start the fire in the basement,
and just let it do its thing.
And then I wasn't going to go back home. I was going to go to Canada. I wasn't coming back home. That was it.
So you were going to burn the church to the ground, and then it almost incriminate yourself by leaving Canada so they know it's you.
It was me. Gone. That was my plan.
You weren't going to just go back home and act like nothing happened?
No, I wasn't leaving that chance. I was not going to.
You just didn't want to go to where if you got caught, you had to face the consequences. So you're like, I'm leaving.
No, I'm out of here.
My life is in Canada
my
now.
mindset was they'll be free. And so
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And this is going to be the scary part. How old were you when you were thinking
I was.
Because I for you to say you were going to go to Canada lets me know you were old enough.
I was old
to where you felt like you could go to Canada.
I was still a teenager. I was about, I don't want to say I was 17, 18.
Okay, so you were old enough to where you could.
I was like,
you could get out of here if you wanted.
I can get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
You felt like it controlled them that much that you just were.
It did,
and you were so against the church that you were willing to burn a church down.
Yes, no one ever knew that was my plan.
What deterred you? You just didn't have the balls to do it, or what deterred you?
No, I was actually on my way to do it.
So you had stole the keys.
Yes, I was on my way to do it.
You had the gasoline
by some random just act of just divine intervention, I'm going to call it. My goofy cousin Greg shows up out of nowhere, and he's just like, hey, let's go hang out and do this. And I could not get rid of him for the life of me.
So you're trying to get rid of him.
I'm like, yo, get out of here. I'm like yelling.
You're like, yo, get out of here. I'll talk to you later. And he's like, nah.
No.
Is this your cousin that you usually hang out with?
No. Well, at the time, it was like off and on.
Okay, so it was sparingly.
It was sparingly.
And he hit you. He's like, yo, no, come hang out with me.
I just don't want to talk to you. I want you to meet this girl I know. I was like, I don't care. Like, that's basically.
So he wanted you to. He was trying to hook you up with a girl.
No, he just wanted me to meet some girl he
was talking to.
I was like, I don't need to,
I got bigger plans. I got more.
Yeah, I don't need to see this. I don't care. I was like, show me later.
I thought I heard something. Go ahead.
I was like trying to get him out of here. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I said, fine. I'll go meet this girl. Yeah. And the plan will resume. And we ended up, where did we end up going?
So did you have gasoline?
Mm-hmm.
So you have gasoline in the car.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I'll hang out with him for a little bit, drop him off, or be done with him, let him go, and then I'll continue on my spree of
madness. And it
led into the night where you're like, all right, I can't go.
I was like, all right,
I'm too tired to do this now.
I'm too tired to do this. I can't do this. I thank God cooler heads prevail, because I was having a moment and it was going.
Okay, hold up. What was the first, like the major thing that got you to say, I need to burn this down to save my parents from this? What did they stop you from doing?
We just couldn't be kids. It was a lot of stuff, but I know it doesn't sound like much now at my age, but when you're like 10, 12, 13, you want to hang out with your friends. You want to be a kid. Couldn't do any of that stuff. Like, this place was so radical. Like it was the craziest mindset. They were like, people like we was there, but they wouldn't let us go to the movies because
they wanted to monitor what you're watching.
People were saying they would have sex in the movie theater. Okay, yeah, that happens, but that don't happen all the time.
So they just said, shut it down.
No, you can't go.
Okay. And you were getting tired of just, I can't go.
Yes, because they didn't understand. It was making us like, making us the odd man out. Like, I'm hearing kids at school talk about they went to the movies.
You don't know nothing about what they talk.
I'm gonna ask you this question. What's the first movie you ever saw? In your life?
That I could ever remember?
Yeah.
At a young age?
Yeah.
Probably it's sad to say the first movie I ever that I still remember to this day was probably Child's Play.
You went to the movie theater to
no,
see that? I'm talking about the first movie in the movie theater you ever saw.
I'm gonna say I could be wrong. The first movie I ever saw that I can remember for a fact was Power Rangers. They had a new movie. They had made a movie came out.
I remember that
with the ooze and that was probably the first one I ever went to that I can remember.
Now, did your parents take you see that or something?
They let us go. They dropped us off. Like we all went to the movies. We went and seen that, and they went and seen another movie, I believe.
So my entire life, my parents have never taken me to movies. The first movie I ever saw was Sister Act.
Yeah.
And I had to, like, the school went on a field trip. I had to forge my parents.
Oh, so because you knew if you were
like, no, we're not going.
You're not going. Even though it's sister, because it was it was a lot more than just prayer.
Yeah, but it was
some gun play involved.
But I knew they were like, no, I kid you, they were going to say no.
So you just said, I got to take some.
I'm going. I said, I'm not going to be out man out no more. I'm doing this.
So you signed it and
I'm going.
Did they ever know about it?
They never knew.
Would you have got a whooping if they knew?
Yeah, but you know what?
You was willing to take that risk.
I was willing to take that risk, and like it was just stuff like that. And after a while, you get sick of because they can never really tell you why.
I think you're right. They couldn't tell you why. I think they was trying to protect you.
I know they were, but I was like, y'all gotta loosen. You gotta loosen the reins sooner or later.
I feel like this. The problem with church and believing is you're already put in a position to have to believe something without giving you the opportunity. And the thing about Bible and all this is like God presents it to you. You have to be willing to walk through the door.
Yes.
And when you're a child, they don't give you a chance to walk through the door. They push you through the door. And you're like, hold up, I don't know if I'm ready to go through.
And that's what they do. So yeah, it was.
And I'll say this. I don't know about your parents, but it's real hard to listen to the church when you go to church and the pastor's telling you to do this, do that, do this, be this type of person. And then you get home and your parents are none of those things.
That was part of the problem.
That makes me feel like you're a hypocrite.
Like they were telling my parents not to let us do these things, but they were letting their kids do these things. And that was my biggest problem. It's like, you're listening to these people tell you not to let us do these things. I said, they're out doing it.
Like
their
my
kids
parents
are out here doing it.
You know, it was like talk kindly to one another. As soon as we get in the car, my mother and father cussing at us and things like that. And I was like, wait a minute, that's not what the pastor. Don't tell me I'm an adult. It was always forced.
Yes.
On,
And I will say this. About my parents. They never wavered. They are. When I tell you they are stone cold true believers. All those years they never wavered.
To this day, they never wavered.
Well, luckily, they actually left that church after a while.
Why? Because it was getting too extreme?
It was getting too, I used to make this joke. I said, Mom, one day we're going to go in there and they're going to make us drink poison Kool-Aid in the basement.
Yeah?
She used to hate that. Well, I used to.
All right. So then, okay. So now, like you said, you're not listening. The one thing you would want to change is that you wouldn't listen to your parents about doing certain things.
No, live your life like you wanted to.
Do you feel like because you were so restricted that makes you be more out there now than probably would have been?
If it does. I mean, as I get older, I'm starting to
lean back.
But when as soon as I got down,
he was wild.
All kinds of just.
I'm in buffoonery.
Anything went. I'm surprised I survived a lot of this stuff I was trying.
And that lets you know, like when you have kids of your own, I know it's hard. I know it's gonna be hard because you want to protect your kids so much, but you gotta let your kids kind of fall on their face a little bit.
Yeah,
you can't hold them so tight that they can't breathe.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. And I told my parents, I said, y'all gotta, as I got an older teenager, I was like, y'all gotta trust in the fact that y'all taught us the right way to go. Yeah. I said, you're not giving us a chance to prove that we know what you taught us. Yes, like you're to make good decisions. Yeah, you're not even giving us a chance to do that. And my thing taking it from us.
So I remember I told my girl this all the time. I said, let me tell you something. If you believe in God and you pray, what's the point of worrying?
Exactly.
What the prayer is for, that's the whole point. If you didn't pray, then you can worry. But if you already prayed for it and you believe in God and you believe what they're saying about what God does for people who are believers, why worry about anything after that? You've already put it out there. It's going to happen.
True.
So if you, same way with parenting, if you teach your kids the right way to do things, why worry? Let them.
That's actually, and that's actually in the Bible.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they used to hate because that's why
you started using it against them. I started
using it against them.
Oh, they hate that.
That's in the Bible. Train a child in the way he will go, and he will not depart from it.
That's it. When things get hard, he'll go back to what he knows.
Go back to what he knows.
But okay, so now what's one thing you would? It's kind of the same thing, but what's one thing you would tell yourself?
As I said, the answer is kind of the same.
I know.
I actually would tell myself this because I was an ugly child. I said, look, I was like, don't worry about your looks. I said, all the women that's dogging you, they're going to turn around and ask you out. A year or two after all that, you're going to go through some hell. Mm-hmm. So, but trust me on this, those same women are going to come back. And they're gonna want you to take them out.
So for me, I said this. I would want. I hate to say I would want to change anything because I really believe that anything you change could alter so much to where maybe it's in a negative, even if you thought it was.
That's true.
Because my thing is, every negative thing that happened in my life brought me to here, and the knowledge I have from it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So
it made me, and you're right, because going through all that, it made me very thick-skinned.
Yeah.
Like, there are certain things that will set me off. I'm not going to say like I don't feel anything.
Well, no one's perfect.
For the most part, people will say things to me, and I'm like, I don't care.
So, like, I guess the biggest thing I would tell myself for sure is you are whatever you believe you are. Mm-hmm. I felt like when I was younger, I didn't believe in myself as much. I really believed that, because I had become a bigger kid. This funny. I was skinny when I was a kid, got big, got skinny again, got big.
I think a lot of us go through that nowadays.
Because it was like I was skinny, got big because I just from eating bad food from my parents, taking us to McDonald's, giving us bad diets. Then I started doing sports. I was big. Then I got my growth spurt. And that's when I was always still muscular, but I was leaned out. Got to college, lifting weights, got big, stopped playing football. That's when I started gaining weight. So I would tell myself, like, look, I really want myself to start focusing in on really like grind every day. Don't sit there. Don't take a day off.
Mhm.
I know like people want to tell you, oh, go party, do whatever the masses are doing, do the opposite. Do not do what everybody's doing. That's what I would tell myself.
That's where I'm at with it too. When people invite me to parties, I'm like, I'm good on that.
And I would tell them, don't even look your way towards girls. The girls that you're sitting there wanting to waste time with, they're not going to be around when you get older. They're not going to be there for you. Because at the end of the day, it's not about them. It's about you and finding you. And because I would really want myself to not go to college and figure out what you truly want to do.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
There's so many young kids who out there who are trying to follow a path that their parents are setting for them, forcing you to go to school. You're not nothing if you don't go to college. They put so much pressure on you. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I got to college, I just took business management. Then I switched to teaching. Then I went switched to history. I went to what I kind of knew, like what was my favorite subject, but I didn't know what I really wanted to be or what I really wanted to do until I got probably out of college.
Yeah, and it happens. I took like IT classes and stuff like that.
Like you're just trying to find something that you're interested in.
Yeah.
But reality is, I think the reality is you don't know you.
That's true.
And I'll tell anybody, if you get out of high school, if you have the funds, or you have just because I don't want people to just go into no dead end job, work all day, and they don't know what they want. Read, and figure out how to make money. So you have the time to figure out what you're really passionate about.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out here who they don't really feel like they have any passions, and they don't really feel like they're good at anything, but everybody's got some skills.
You just got to find it. I told one of my younger nieces, her painting, she draws really well. She paints really well. Someone saw it and told her she has college level art skills. And
but see, isn't it funny how when you're young, if you get the right person to implant something in your brain that you can do something. That's why I said if I go back 6th, 7th grade, I would tell myself, you are whatever you want to believe. And I'm not trying to exaggerate. I'm telling you, if you believe you can do it, you can do it. Fuck everybody else or what they tell you.
Exactly.
If they're not telling you exactly what you believe in, disregard it.
Because they don't know.
They don't know. They know what they know.
Yeah.
You know what you know.
Exactly.
And I was
don't
like,
know. So I encourage my niece to draw into. It's like
my nephew, he wants to be a chef. His father, did some cooking and stuff, but he wanted to be a chef. Whatever my nephew want to be, I'm going to support 110% because I told him you can be it. I bought him some knives. I bought a whole knife set for him, and I bought him was them little emulsifiers so you can make soups and blend things. I bought him that. He was like, "Oh, I appreciate it. It was, it's so great." I said, "Listen, now the biggest thing was he was scared to post the food he makes," and I said, "Look, now I got you this stuff. I better see you start posting because I want to see what you're making with your food. Don't be. That's the one thing I'll say about." Believe what you want to believe about yourself because whatever you believe is true. And 2, have no fear about what anybody else says.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
That's a lesson I had to learn later on in life. But I would definitely tell myself, don't be afraid, because the people around you are afraid too. They just not gonna tell you.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people are afraid. Your parents were afraid.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be real about it. Your parents were afraid, and they were afraid to put you in positions that maybe they were in, and they didn't work out well for them. So they're like, oh no, you know what? When I went to the movie, they just get scared, and it's like, yo, I'm not saying, because you got to realize something. We all gonna die one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how you gonna. It's not about when you're gonna die or how you gonna die. It's about how you gonna live while you're here.
Exactly. I was telling somebody about, I don't want to have any regrets when I die. That's why I do what I do. I'm doing whatever I want to do right now.
That's it. So that's our Back to the Future, trying to figure out what we would do. I said I probably would tell myself to not go to school or work harder. And I say this, when you're a kid, you don't understand it. When your parents and stuff, they say you work harder for school. You got to work hard in school. You got to try your best at school. The thing that they forget to tell you is it ain't about the school. See, you getting A's and you trying your best at everything. It is not about the grades. It's not about passing the class. It's about setting a standard for yourself that whatever you do, you're gonna put your all into it.
Exactly. And
that's the thing that they don't tell people. If you tell them, look, if you don't put your all into it now, you're not gonna put your all into it when you become an adult, and you're gonna have a bum ass life.
To be told, I know people who had better grades than me, who were way smarter than me, and they life is just trash right now.
I know a lot of people who had good grades, who was like valedictorian, and they did a lot with their life. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, a lot of times, if you set a high standard, sometimes people who have low standards, it's because of other reasons, and then they find what they're passionate about, and they have a high standard.
Go for it, yeah.
But I just really wish there would be so much more motivating and so much more risk taking in families.
Yes, and that's why I try to encourage my nieces to, like, my one of my oldest nieces. She's in the 10th grade, and her grade, she's so smart. Her grades are so high. She's about to graduate next year.
She's in the 10th grade?
In the 10th grade.
Wow.
I said, dude, whatever you want to do.
The world's your oysters.
You got the mind for it. I told my brother, I said, you are lucky because you were a dummy in school. I was like, how weird is that?
Whatever, but he's a great dad.
Yeah, I was like, whatever happened, like, your child
beat the odds.
And she is damn near a genius.
Well, let's go ahead and get in some videos, man.
What is this?
I do not know.
Do you have a sock?
What would you do to this parent?
Get your ass in that room. You shut the fuck up.
Okay, so yeah. So pretty much it's a kid acting out.
Get your ass in that room. You shut the fuck up.
I'm hoping that's a skit.
No. Ain't nobody skidding like that. If you really skidding like that and that's your kid and you let your kid talk to you like that, they're gonna be talking to you like that for real.
I'm gonna be
okay. So pretty much that's a kid. This is the video I really wanted you to see. And we'll talk about that one in a minute. It kind of goes with this video.
No, I don't want to go to sleep.
Okay, why? What's wrong? What are you
Because
doing?
I want to watch my phone. I don't want to go to
No,
sleep.
Scarlett, you have school tomorrow. Okay?
Gotta give me the phone.
No.
What is she doing?
No.
She's being very rebellious. Where you get attitude from, Scarlett?
Shut up.
Who are you talking to?
Babe.
Who's this kid? This kid's really testing my face tonight. Scarlett, who are you talking to?
You.
Who are you talking to? Huh? Really, who are you talking to? Did you just say shut up? Did you just say shut up to me just now? I'm talking to you. Did she just spit on me just now?
Yes.
Are you out of your freaking mind?
Do that, kid. You do that. I'm gonna hurt her.
What are you doing?
Grab up. Grab her.
I'm gonna do with her.
Get up,
I told you I got it.
I got it. You
I
do
got
it.
it.
She spit in my face, not
You
yours.
should not be dealing with
What's
a kid under anger.
She just spit in my face,
You
right?
need to calm down.
So the kid's acting out. The kid spits in this being disrespectful, spits in the man's face. I'm assuming that's her father or husband or whatever. He goes to discipline her with the belt. The mother steps in and says, "You gotta calm down. You're angry." He said, "Get out the way. She spit in my face, not yours." What I want to know is, one, how would you handle it? And two, and y'all put in the comments how y'all think y'all would handle it. And two, was she wrong for doing what she did, or was she right? Go ahead.
Okay, so number one, she definitely catching a beat down. There's no way to avoid that. That it's happening. Okay, it's going to happen. I do agree with her though about being too angry, because that's when
You do have to remember this is a child.
This is a child. Okay, and when you're emotionally involved, sometimes you don't show restraint. I will say this, because there were times where my father was really angry, and my mother would not let him touch us
Because of how
the
angry
anger in his eyes. She was like, "No."
he sees death in his
He's
eyes.
like, "No, you are not touching my kids until you
Calm it down.
until
You can
calm
whoop
down.
them, but you're going to calm it down.
down." Yeah. So I agree with her right there. She should have did something though. The mother is like, "You know what? I'm going to do it."
So this is okay. So old school me wants to say beat down of a lifetime, right?
Oh yeah.
But I have to remember, how old do you think that girl is?
She got like 9,
6, 7, 8, 9?
maybe.
Okay. First thing first. See that bed she's sitting in? Gone. Toys gone. Dolls gone. Games gone. Phone gone. Computer gone.
You sleeping in the basement.
No, you're gonna have the room. Nothing will be in it. You talk to your friends. That's gone. Everything that I provide for you in your life, gone. The only thing you can have from me is food, and you don't get to choose that anymore either. See, you have to get a reality check that you're a child, and that you can't live your life or survive without me.
What's that saying? If you see the new day, it's because I allow it.
Exactly.
The only reason why you see the new day is because I let you see the new day.
And I want you to understand, beating you would be for me at that point. Because if you're talking that disrespectful and you're spitting in people's face, there's bigger problems than me just whooping you, beating it out you. I can't beat it out you.
No.
I need to change the way you think and see the world. So for that, I have to take everything away from you. And you need to, because no one knows what they have until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that nice, pretty bed, you ain't getting that no
She
more.
need to know that there are consequences for her actions.
Oh, she gonna know it well with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you right now, if the mother tried to stop anything I'm doing to discipline that girl, we'll be over. If that's not my biological, especially if that's not my child, we're done if you don't listen to everything I say right now.
Out of here. Yeah,
And it's just because I'm not living like that. I'm not dealing with a woman that won't let me discipline the children that I'm raising.
Especially spitting in the face. No.
Now I might, because I know for a fact. I feel, look, I'm getting thinking about even possibly spitting in my mother and my father's face. I'm scared.
Dead.
I'm 35, about to be 35, and to this day, I never thought once. I've never even had that thought in my mind because I knew it was death.
Automatic.
Like, you know how everybody has sometimes have had suicidal thoughts. That's a suicidal thought right there. To actually do it,
Kamikaze. You there's nothing
like, and the sad part about it is for her to do it in front of the mother and then not get disciplined. Let's like I'm thinking in my mind, if this is your man, your daughter just spit in your man's face, I'm expecting my woman to just die. Like, I gotta hold her back. She needs to be diving over the top of me to get to my daughter.
Like, chill. I'm mad. Ain't that, man? Like,
you know what I mean? Like, but that's where I'm saying
she had to learn it from somewhere.
That's true.
Somebody had to.
I don't know.
See somebody.
Is she on the spectrum? I don't know. That's different.
See, that's different.
And you thought it was a white girl. That ain't white. She wasn't white. She was like
Spanish or something.
Spanish or
I would have been so calm. Like, hold the baby. Take the baby outside.
Take the baby outside. You don't want the baby to see
like,
it.
You want to know why?
The fact that she spit while he holding the baby.
Yeah, I know, right? The baby looked like, yo.
I probably would have dropped the baby and just started
attacking.
I don't see. I've never been spit on in my life.
Have
I don't even know how I would react to it. It would probably shock the hell out of me. I'd be like, I've been slapped by a woman before, but I ain't never been
spit on.
Ooh. I seen somebody spit on somebody, and I'll tell you right now, when I see a woman spit on a man, I hate to say this, but in my mind, you're not a woman anymore. I honestly feel like. And I hate to, and this is sad to say, if we were out in the street and a girl came and spit in your face, and as a man, I'm supposed to protect women. If she just hot tooey right in your face, I would sit there and not lift a finger if you beat the dog shit out of me. I'm not even lying to you. That's just how I feel about people spitting in people's face. You are no longer a human in my mind.
Because it's
the lowest form of disrespect, or highest form of disrespect you could do.
To think you can just
spit in somebody's face and then think you not about to just
catch all the
hands.
Yeah.
Like, what?
She would be.
And I'll tell you right now, if somebody spit in my face, whoever spit in my face, I'm going after him. And if you try to stop me, you're part of the problem too. And you're gonna get.
I'm just gonna be like, let me get 911 on the line.
Yeah, somebody getting hurt. I don't care at that point. Let's watch another video.
This, man.
It says stepdaddy was trying to fix her bike. She told him, "My daddy in jail. I miss him."
Oh, look at daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Ava.
My dad is in jail and I miss him.
Well, how that nigga fix this shit then?
That might have been my reaction.
All right. Look,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have threw it in the parking lot, got my car, and ran it over. But now, how your daddy fixed it?
I don't know about that. I probably would be like, look, I was with her when she said he ain't my dad. My daddy's in jail. I miss him. That's not really a disrespectful thing to say.
Obviously, she misses her dad. Obviously, she's a kid.
Now, if she would have said something like, "My dad's in jail, but I'll settle for him," fuck him. That might be different. But like,
yeah, you got to consider the source. You do.
I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm not your dad, but I'm your stepdad," and she'd be like, "Yeah, but you're not my dad." I'd be like, "Okay." I probably would have like,
your dad taking it in. Never mind.
Yo, don't kill the girl at that point. Like,
I'm like, your dad out here. Never mind. You better get your child.
We already did this one. I really feel like kids today. Here we go. Let's do this one right here.
White people lose 50 pounds.
I don't know what this is. Let's see.
That's
It says white people lose 50 pounds and their friends and family say, "My God, Karen, you look fantastic." Black people lose 50 pounds and their family and friends say, "Keisha on that shit." Which is kind of true though.
It's sad but true because we do stuff like that. I'm gonna like another thing that black people do is when you see somebody black move into a nice house, first thing you think, oh, this nigga drug dealer. Like this, it's just
you did some type of scam or something to get this
we
money.
Are programmed not to think like, you know, he worked hard, he got a good job.
What? Now fuck him up. What? I'm gonna do my stuff. Why you talking like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Start recording. It's probably a minor.
What did you just say? What was all of that?
Look, certified local, certified pedophile.
What in the hell are you saying?
Fuck him up.
Where did you hear that?
I'm gonna do my stuff. Why you talking like a bitch?
Hey!
Ain't you tired? Start recording. It's probably
I'm
a
trying to
minor.
understand what you're saying. I don't understand.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile.
What in the hell?
Certified pedophile. Is that what he's saying?
Just Kendrick Lamar's diss to Drake.
Okay.
You know that song? They not like us.
I know. I just don't want a child saying pedophile.
They don't know what they say.
Where did you hear that? Where did you hear that, Amelia? Delilah, did you let her?
She already knows she in trouble.
Yeah, she's like,
and she like, you still the little one is so young, she don't realize that she about to catch hands.
Here goes the thing.
She's like, I recognize this face. This face is I'm in trouble face.
Now, mind you, I've been where she is. I don't let my nieces listen to stuff. And then they go home and say it. They look at me like, what you been out here doing? I was like,
because you know you ain't heard it from me.
You're like, we might have listened to the
Uncle
radio.
Steven said we could
hear that.
Uncle Beans.
Hey!
Here's what the thing. She more mad if she talking about a pedophile and she's in there cussing.
Well, no, I said that. I mean, she mad at her saying the whole thing probably. Because I said the pedophile thing.
She is saying pedophile.
And she dancing like she on like the cheer squad. You know you the bottom of the pyramid. Stop it.
You know what? I'm getting really pissed off because you're not listening. Amelia Rose. Amelia.
You know why they not listening? Because you ain't slapped them in the back of the head yet. Some kids don't fear you talking. What don't y'all understand about that?
What? Now fuck.
Yeah. Black folks, we just look at them like,
you better get your kids.
First off, when she said the first what, we're gonna fuck.
Yeah,
that's what would have happened in our house.
Yeah.
Automatic. What'd you just say? And then look like you about to speak again.
I got 7 kids. I'm their daddy now. I don't like to plead. I love dirty bitches. I smack the shit out you. We gonna fight. I'm a hoe. I'm a pimp. I'm broke. I got bread. I'm homeless. You can live with me. I got.
So when he shows him every red flag, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got somebody out there for them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give up something.
No. No. That nigga just fake that shit. That nigga is a fucking dramatic ass. Yo. No.
Yo. He said no, and he hit himself in the head, and then started crying like
yo, this kid. I wouldn't trust that kid.
No, dude. He already early with
anytime a conversation I have with that kid, the mother, I'm like, you gotta be present because this dude on some stuff right now. I don't trust him.
Turn your headphones to the side. We got the same headset.
Oh my God, we gotta fuck. Oh God. Oh no, we got. Oh wait, no, wait. Let me.
Turn your headphones to the side. We got the same headset.
Oh my God, we gotta fuck. Oh God. Oh no, we got.
Participate in a gangbang.
So what do you want exactly? What do you want?
I'm like a top like you.
You're a top? So you put a strap on, and then you with him?
If I want to.
So you don't like? What's your favorite thing to do?
It's everything. Watching him get all upset.
You like to watch him get upset?
Make him be a cuckold.
You like to make him be a cuckold?
Make him suck a dick.
You make him.
Yo.
Yes. And you know what? Make him suck a dick at least 4 or 5 because that's what.
I know he didn't just come up to the interview and not hear that.
I need to see what happens. Like I just
you're too invested into this now.
I need to know That's the end of the video?
No, I paused it.
Okay, because he walked up. I need.
They do in the board movies, but
We gotta go.
I know. Oh, in reality. But last night, oh, he was ready, weren't you? Look how you stand. He asked if I fucked him. Strap up. Fuck you.
Very good.
That's cool.
Participate in a gangbang.
So what do you want?
Damn, I don't even know if I can. I don't know. Do you believe her?
She had to be talking French. Like the audacity. He probably she probably talks so crazy and much like that. He just like, all right, come on. I'm not.
Oh, my lady here. Hold up. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. I'm gonna do one more video. You
I told you way ahead of time. I ain't pregnant by the hair.
This is a reminder that self-care
what's up with this
doesn't really mean removing your body hair, but taking care of it. Oil, some lotion, falling in love with it.
Hold on.
And realizing how...
Girl, what the fuck?
This is a reminder that self-care doesn't really mean removing your body hair, but taking care of it.
Yo,
what did I miss?
This chick got a hairy chest.
Hold up.
Yo.
Let me see.
Oil, some lotion, falling in love with it, and realizing how...
Girl, what the fuck?
This is a reminder.
I'm sorry, but if you put scent on your hair, what would you, I mean, damn, this girl has a serious hormone issue.
I told you way ahead of time. I ain't pregnant by the hairdresser. This is not your baby I'm carrying.
Okay,
you don't know what you're talking about. I always told you I'm not carrying your baby. I told you that before I had her. Mr. Carroll, were you just not wanting to hear this?
Like I said, everything that she's saying, as far as what she's saying to me now, never was like that.
That's
She was
not
my
true.
girlfriend.
It was
Like
a
I said, at
denial
that time-
because he couldn't believe that little Tina had another baby by somebody else.
I believe him. You know why? Because when people lie and stuff like that, you try to tell your side, they cut you off and try to talk over you.
Oh shit!
I believe him.
She never said that. I always thought Lily was mine from my heart to the day. I love Lily. She's my daughter. That's why I'm here today to show people that Lily is.
She doesn't look like you. She looks just like her dad.
Look, she got my name on that birth certificate. That's my name. She got my name.
You put it on there without my consent.
I gave Lily that name, Lily. That nickname.
Yep, you just got caught in a lie. First off, you can't put your name on a birth certificate without the mother approval. So that's a lie right there. The mother has to approve that.
Done that. That's my nickname. That's Shalitha. It's my family. That's her name from my family.
But it didn't come from you.
It's my people in my family.
No, it's
though.
not. Or you saying that he's not the father because he's really not the biological father in your mind. He's not the father of my child right here. The hairdresser is. And I always told her that. You are her father.
Don't be hugging. No, get out.
She don't get a hug. You get a. Go somewhere. That's what you get. But you know these shows be fake as hell, so let's not get too crazy on it. Damn, they need to do a "fuck you, mom."
What is she was crying? What is the mom crying for?
I told you what.
I don't know.
Beat a blind nigga ass. He ain't see it coming. Fuck a deaf nigga bitch. He ain't hear her moaning. What? It's a good day. I snuck in a special ed class and got straight A's. Straight up to the penthouse.
This man is
kicked out in
ruthless.
6 days. Shitting on these niggas. Get a bidet. 7 figures, 2 months. Throw a parade. Dick couldn't get hard. She thought I was gay. Beat a blind nigga ass. He ain't see it coming.
He got big.
That's the AMP.
I don't even think he with the other dude no more.
No, I don't think he is because he joined Kai.
Kai and all them. They just have him. They ain't bring both of them on.
You know, I don't think they did. 65 hot dogs, you better win some money. And I mean a pretty penny. Because if I'm shoving all them wieners down me like that, I'm leaving here with something. Coming up after the break. You know, I don't think.
Well, I'm gonna explain to y'all.
That was crazy.
The day how I got the perfect girl. So how I got the perfect girl, man, was that my standards was high, right? I looked for nothing but 10s, nothing but the baddest of the bad. And I had to tell myself, sometimes you can get a better woman if you just lower your standards and get you about a 6 or a 7. So when I ran into Sam and she was a 6 or 7, I was like, I don't know.
I'm a 6
but
or a
she,
7.
huh?
I'm only a 6 or a 7. Do you realize you're not even 6 foot tall?
What? What's wrong with being 6 or 7, baby?
Ooh, that would be a. Do you think you get away with doing something like that?
Oh, I definitely going to. I want to try it.
It ain't nothing wrong with
Coming
being
from
a 6.
somebody who's not even 6 foot tall.
Babe, I got the camera going. I'm trying to explain to these people what they need to. Okay, thank you. Okay, so again, fellas, lower your standards. You know what I'm saying, and get you a semi-ugly woman that can cook. You know what I'm saying, take care of kids and keep her hygiene all right. You know what I'm saying.
Babe?
She ain't gonna be
Coming
the
in?
best thing to wake up to at night. I mean, in the morning. But get what? You gonna have breakfast ready for you. You gonna have dinner ready for you.
Hell of a lot for somebody who has twigs, who has toothpicks for calves and legs. Talking a lot of shit right now, telling me that I'm a 6 or a 7 and you're only with me because I'll cook and I'll clean and I'll take care of them kids. Fuck them kids.
Whoa, damn, fuck the kids. God damn. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, I'm gonna explain to y'all.
Yeah, I would expect that reaction because you know women gonna be getting dissed like that.
What if your girl said something like that? Well, I just had to lower my standard with a man. I'm like, damn, all right.
Well, you ain't lower your standards. Ain't nobody wants you.
I'm gonna tell y'all the difference between like and love. When you like somebody and you go on a date with them, right? When you like them, if you knock over their drink or something, you like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me get you another drink, babe. Let me fix this for you because you like them, right? It's a little different when you in love. Love hit a little different, don't it? Same scenario. When you love them, you knock their drink over. You like, why the f would you put the drink right here? When you know I talk with my hands. Damn! Waitress, can we get the bill? This tripping. I gotta go. I'm so sick of this love shit. Wow. You so dumb.
It's so sad but true.
It definitely is.
For some reason, I decided to look up my college boyfriend last night. No, I don't have ADHD. And he's not on social media, but his wife is. So I found her, and yeah, she seems lovely. She was floating around the kitchen in her posts, like making her own granola. There was like a pie on a windowsill. She's painting birdhouses. She's one of those people who's like graying gracefully and just looks super pretty all the time. I, on the other hand, am sitting in a park right now in my pajamas, having just gotten my coffee. I don't really want to go home, so I'm avoiding my responsibilities as long as possible. And last night, I ended up binge watching an entire series simply because I couldn't find the remote. A new episode would start, and I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch this. So, yeah, I think maybe he dodged a bullet with me. For some reason, I just...
Hey, accountability. I appreciate it. I think it's always fun when they always come back.
At its finest.
In today's episode of If I Had to See It, So Do You.
Okay. So much going on here. The fake eyelashes, the bird eyelashes, the nose ring. I hate that they think this is beauty now. I like the eyebrows though.
Hasn't been able to stop climaxing and coming for like 72 hours straight. She's walking, coming nonstop. She needs to be examined. And what they find is, ready for it?
What they find?
Maggots. Tons of maggots crawling around in there, hitting her G-spot. They didn't have any lubricant, so they used mayonnaise. Dude, I have to get...
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Oh, Lord.
Who'd have thought maggots go harder than men?
In today's episode,
That's fucked up.
Disgusting.
It's some sick people out there, man.
When you shower, look at this. What's the first thing you wash?
Oh, I see.
You on a date?
Why? Oh, okay, no worries. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm in love with you. What's your name? Huh? Are you from Australia?
What a brilliant play by Patrick Mahomes here. Let's rewind this so that way you guys can get the whole video this time, or at least I can break it down for you. So he starts over here with this being his main read. Honestly, not my first look, considering that she's in a cover 3 defense. As you can see, they're laughing at him. This girl already said no, even though he's not asking her anything at all. He still remains on his assignment, goes in for the play, and asks for the date, regardless of them trying to ruin the vibe he's trying to create. So the read ends up getting covered, and they keep making fun of him as this guy's walking away. He's taking the rejection like a champ. And this is where I love Patrick Mahomes. It's because of that quarterback vision. Immediately, not worried about that coverage over there, sees a one-on-one matchup that he knows he can create, and then also possibly get this play back. And he makes the completion. Excellent play, excellent coverage, despite being under duress. And as you see, his first read comes back upset, showing bad sportsmanship, talking about already? Like, why did I get the ball? It's because I have other options and I can make plays. That's why you did it.
You on a date?
I didn't hear that part. Did she came back up to him?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, okay, no worries. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm in love with you. What's your name? Huh? Are you from Australia?
What a brilliant.
Wow. I didn't see that part.
Remember last week when I said if a girl don't want you because the dude got friends on her or whatever,
she don't want nobody else to have
treat
you?
the next woman better.
Yeah.
This is what I meant by that.
Okay.
If she rejects you,
keep it moving.
Keep it moving, because she gonna see that.
She missing out, not you.
Yeah.
And that's something I would say for all fellas. When a girl says no, you got to look at it as it's her loss, not your loss.
And sometimes they do you a favor.
You do. They are. And that's the thing. You got to realize when somebody, a job, a friend, or somebody you thought was a friend, a girl, any opportunity in your life, when they say no, don't look at it as, damn, my life sucks. Look at it as they're saving me from something. Let me go ahead and keep moving forward. Don't stop. Most guys, when they get rejected, they feel like, damn, and they don't try the rest of the night. That guy says, no, I'm going to be successful.
Like,
you're not stopping the show.
Yeah, he didn't even let her, if you go back, he didn't even let her finish the sentence. She went to go say something. He just walked away.
He was like, all right. He said, no worries. Went right over to his other girl. Matter of fact, got a better looking one. Let's keep it a buck.
Like,
she better looking.
Hold on, what you doing? What you doing here? You said no.
You just can't have no quit in you.
And 9 times out of 10, it's usually not the girl. If it's in a group, it's not the girl that says no. It's the
friends, and they say no for her.
Yeah.
Which lets you know how much a lot of people are sheep. Let's get a couple more that we can call it.
Listen.
Okay.
If you want me to go get you medicine, I gladly will. But you just said that you don't want me to leave.
Yeah.
So I need you to make a choice. I can either go get you medicine or I can stay here with you. Which do you want to happen?
But if you go get me medicine, you will leave.
But I will come back.
Yeah.
Bear. You just want me to stay here for now?
No.
And we'll get you medicine in the
I
morning.
don't feel good.
I know you don't. If I can cuddle with you now,
Yeah.
and we can get you medicine on the way to work tomorrow. Or I can go get it now.
They will always choose the cuddle.
I mean, what do you think?
How bad do you
should
feel? Well, you're crying by the thought of me leaving.
What if I just go in the car with you?
Do you want to come with me? We can do that.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
So we can go and get medicine.
Okay, you want to go with me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that, okay?
Okay, come on.
That's a red flag.
You think that's a red flag? What? How
If
so?
she's having a meltdown when you're leaving to go do something to help her out, imagine if it's not working out. Like, look, this ain't working out. She's not going to let this man leave. It's going to be suicide attempts. It's going to be.
Let me ask you a question. Would you want a girl to want you to let you leave? Truthfully,
Yeah.
why?
If it's something common sense wise, yes, I want. Let me go.
I think you got to realize how the woman is based off of emotions. If she wants more to be around you than to breathe.
Do you want somebody smothering you like that though?
I'm saying, what's the alternative? Not smothering you, not wanting to be. See, girls like that. You ask her to do something, she gonna do it.
I'll give you that.
So you gotta ask yourself, what type of life you want?
That's true.
Because they ain't all gonna be like that. And she ain't gonna be like that forever.
I'm sick. All right, let me go get some medicine. Don't go. But you just said you were sick. Like that would get on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Let's see. That's where you got to be patient and say, "Hold up, she cares about me that much. She needs me to emotionally feel safe. So why don't you just come with me?" That sounds.
That would have been.
He walked her through a solution.
I would have skipped straight to that. Come with me.
I'll be back.
Either come with me or I'm leaving.
100%. You would have said, "I'll be back."
Yeah.
Because you want to break from
I would have
her.
said, "Excuse me."
Which
Get out of my way.
She would have came. You would have came back with the medicine.
Yeah, I would have came back.
And she would have had attitude.
Huh? You want the medicine? Yes or no?
Why do you want it the hard way? You know the formula, but you just refuse to do the play.
Because it's too long. Okay.
Well, no, it isn't. It's longer the way you do it.
Skip to the end. I don't have time for this.
Well, that's the difference between the people who have and the people who have not. Some people willing to put the work in, some people ain't.
It's like, here, take the medicine. Be mad, but take the medicine.
Do we have anything else we need to see? Because I actually gotta go for a walk and we gotta do workouts today.
Work it out.
Work it out. How's your workouts been going?
They've been going good. Try to do some.
Oh, this one right here. Let's watch this video. Tell me what you think.
I'm at Chipotle, minding my cute little business. So this man is probably like 4 people ahead of me. And when I come in, everybody turns around to see who's coming in the store, as they should, be aware of your surroundings. And, I noticed that he is looking a little longer than everybody. So I'm like, okay, he finds me attractive, no biggie, right? So he's putting his order in and everything like that. I'm in the line waiting, kind of on my phone, but I can see him. After he orders, he kind of like steps out the way a little bit so that the next person can, pay for their food. He's kind of like looking back into the line. I'm like, okay, he's kind of looking my way. I don't know what he's gonna do. This is kind of weird to come up there so he can pay for my food. So I'm getting double rice. I got chicken. I don't never get chicken. I done got a little extra guac. I'm getting things like, oh, he finna pay for this, so I ain't gonna have to worry about it. Honey, I get to the point where it's time for me to pay. She says like 17 something. I'm like, okay. Now before I pull out my little wallet or whatever, I look back one more time, baby, he was nowhere to be found. I go outside. Hey, excuse me, ma'am. I think you look so beautiful. Can I have your number? Child, please get out my face. I jingled that Chipotle bag, got in my car, and right off on him as he stood there. Cause you think you're gonna get my number after you just watched me pay for my food and you was right there? Y'all, so why?
This is where a lot of women are screwing up. Just because he didn't pay for your food right, he just met you.
No, let's get this right. He hasn't met her.
Yeah,
He's seen her.
Seen her.
He don't introduce himself. She ain't introduced her, so he ain't met her yet.
If you want him to pay for no one said he wasn't going to take you out on a date.
That's how
y'all want the reward for y'all put the work in.
My thing was, I know people get weird when people are paying for something and somebody's standing over them. Like, oh, you trying to get my card number or whatever. I don't know. So for me, sitting outside waiting outside seems a little bit less weird than me just standing there in limbo. So I wait for you outside the it's kind of it's kind of once you're done getting your food, you come outside, I'm gonna be like, hey, excuse me, I saw you in there, I noticed you, I'd like to get to know you. What's your name? That, you know, if you mad because that lets me know what type of person you is, because you literally ordered all this extra shit just because you thought he was gonna pay for it.
And what
you weren't even gonna order that before.
What gave you the indicator? Because he looked at you,
and you get mad because he wasn't there to pay for something that you wanted him to do. Like, yeah, it's cool if you were to be like, hey, I mean, I would never do no shit like this, but let's just say you was ahead of the girl. You order your food. You say, hey, whatever she had, I'm paying for it too. Just put it on my card. She paid. You say, hey, somebody already paid for you. And then when she come outside, say, hey, how you doing? I pay, introduce myself. I saw you in there. Da da da. But the problem is, how many times are you gonna hear a girl say, "Oh, thank you, but I actually have a boyfriend"?
Exactly. Oh, I'm married.
I'm not wasting no money on that.
No, they don't know that. I was watching some.
You jumping in, babe?
No. I was watching.
You don't want us to tell about your first day? No. Okay.
I was watching clips of Kyson, that is. So, he had Ice Spice on his podcast, and she's talking to him. He's like, yeah, you're gonna buy me this and buy me that. And he's like, why would I do that? And she's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do. He's like, okay, let's say I buy you this. Let's say I spend 20 bands on you.
What do I get?
She said, what do I get? What do I get? She goes, oh, a conversation. He looked at her like,
I'm getting that now.
Yeah, he's like, that's what he said. I'm getting at now. Like, what are you talking about? It's like stuff is. I said, y'all ladies want men to pay for things that's for free.
No, see, that's the thing. They don't want men.
They want the money.
No, they want a walk, like a somebody they can walk over. They want the money and the resources. They don't want the man, because no royal woman would talk to a man like that and thinking he's a man.
He was like, no. I had to give him credit. He stood on business. He's like, no.
Yeah, I'm not giving you nothing.
We're not doing that.
Listen, I said this today at work. We were talking about somebody. She was talking about her 15-year-old son. And I said, look, the only advice I could give him, don't buy or pay for anything for any of these girls. You 15 years old. They ain't shit you need to give them, because the reality is this. You don't got no money yourself.
That's true.
So why would you give it to these girls that you probably ain't going to be around to see when you get older?
They different nowadays. They want you to pay for their time. They want you to pay for their conversation.
I'm not paying for nothing.
They want you. I'm just like,
they're used to what's back in.
Look, you either gonna be on the mic or not. Don't have, because ain't nobody can hear you. You just like wind right now.
Yeah, they fumble in the bag talking like that. Men are just straight walking away from them. Like, no, I would walk away too. Like, what? Get out of here.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like, especially if you're 15, I'm sticking to this story.
Yeah.
If I'm 15 years old, there's tons of things we could do that's for free. We can go to the park, play basketball. We can go, and even if it would cost a little money, go get an ice cream or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not spending all this money on you like I'm a baller when I know I'm not.
Just for you to walk.
And if I was a baller, it's not from spending money on girls.
Just for you to walk away.
Listen, I'll tell every young boy this. When I was a little kid, I was in 5th grade. I bought this girl a necklace. We broke up. Mind you, the necklace wasn't worth nothing. It was probably like $30, $20, $30. But that was a lot of money for me back then.
Yeah.
And we didn't see each other. It was like literally like a week or two after that, we were done talking. Then this girl, I cooked this girl. I made her a cake.
I've seen dudes do that.
I made this girl a cake and brought it to school for her birthday. Everybody ate the cake. Everybody's like, oh yeah. Never got nothing from her. Never got a kiss. Never. Thanks. And that was it. I learned a valuable lesson. You don't got to spend a dime on a woman if she like you, she like you. All that spending is just icing on the cake for her.
Like I said, it was different.
If you even got to, I'm going to keep it a buck. At this point in my life, if you even got to take a girl out and spend money on her, no, you don't. You don't got to spend nothing on a woman.
Yeah. First date I had my lady.
Now, if you have a girlfriend, that's different. They expensive.
Yeah, walking. They are.
But just dating, no, you ain't got to spend no money on these girls.
That's how I was back when we was teenagers. Because we didn't have money.
Yeah.
And we still was getting them.
What I wanted to show you this, babe, of a girl who had acted out on her father. I'm assuming it's her father. We saw it earlier. Stepdad or whatever. I want you to what? Yeah, stepdaddy. My fault.
What you mean? Acted out like flipped out on him?
Just watch the video, and then you tell us.
We'll trade places.
Yeah, let her see. I want your true opinion on this. Come on to the light. All right. I want your true opinion. I want you to tell me what you think, how you would react to this, and what do you think of the video?
If I was
Just watch it. You tell me what you think.
No, I don't want to go to sleep.
Okay, why? What's wrong? What are you
Because I want to watch my phone. I don't want to go to
No,
sleep.
Charlie, you have school tomorrow. Okay?
Look, give me the phone. What is she doing?
No!
She's being very rebellious. Where you get an attitude from, Scarlett?
Shut up.
Who are you talking to?
Hey.
Who's this kid? This kid's really touching my face tonight. Scarlett, who are you talking to?
You.
Who are you talking to? Huh? Really, who are you talking to? Did you just say shut up? Did you just say shut up to me just now? I'm talking to you. Did she just spit on me just now?
Yes.
Are you out of your freaking mind?
Do that, kid. You do that. I'm gonna hurt her.
What are you doing?
Grab baby.
I'm gonna do a
Get up. I got it.
I got it.
She's spitting my face, not
You
yours.
should not be dealing with kid on the anger.
She just spit in my face,
You
right?
need to calm down.
All right, you saw it.
First
Give
of
me your
all,
opinion on it.
I want to ask who's the deaf one because that was really loud.
Who's the deaf one?
Yeah, who can't hear out of you two? That was so loud.
Okay.
You didn't feel like it?
I could hear. I don't know. Our volumes are different on the mics. I can hear. I don't know what his mics is, so he probably.
No, that video was really loud. Anyways.
Okay, thanks for giving us that opinion. Now next to actual video.
What would I do if I was the mother?
What do you think of the video? Just give us your opinion on it. Then you can tell us what you would do.
I mean, clearly a lot of the child's actions were shocking. That's not okay. They have let her run rampant. Probably the mom, it looks like, because she was trying to defend the daughter, but she has no respect.
Mm-hmm.
She needs it instilled in her.
Okay, so now what do you feel about how she handled it?
I don't think she handled it appropriately at all, because the fact that he even came over with the belt means he didn't approve of how she was trying to handle it. It looks like she was just trying to reason with the kid. No, not when you disrespect somebody like that.
So how would you have handled it?
I don't know if I want to say that.
Go ahead.
No. She definitely would have got a spanking at the least. At the least.
From you or from him?
So in the case of a step in biological, I do think that the biological should try to step in. However,
I don't know if that's. I'm assuming that's her
also-
stepdad.
I thought that it had said that, but I also believe
Oh,
that
yeah, okay,
if there needs to be some sort of discussion in advance when you're a step coming into a relationship, there should be a discussion with the biological parents if they can discipline and if they're on the same page discipline wise. If they are, if that's the case, the person that she spit at, absolutely handle it how you see fit. But I also think if you marry someone, to me, that should be like a given that they can discipline. Unless there's one that doesn't believe in spanking and one that believes in spanking, then, like I said, there should be a discussion. But that I don't even care if someone doesn't believe in spanking. I have had a child slap me in the face before, and they've been slapped back.
I'm gonna say you straight
An
up.
eye for an eye. I might
I'm
even spit
100%
back
like
at my
that.
kid.
Listen to me. Whatever you do to me, you getting done back to you. And not only are you getting it done back to you, but now I'm gonna show you why you shouldn't do it to somebody who's bigger than you and stronger than you. You're gonna
That
get.
would end it.
I'm gonna spit in their face. Actually, I probably wouldn't spit. To me, I just don't see myself ever spitting in somebody's face. But I'm telling you right now,
Because it's disrespectful.
God above gonna have to hold me back from them because they're gonna think they about to die. And I told him, this is what I told Beans. I said, you see that little pretty bed she in? That's gone. Everything that she ever had is gone. You're not having no toys. You're not having no game, no phone, you have nothing.
I could definitely see grounding, but taking away
I'm taking
over
everything
one action.
because let me tell you why. You don't respect who provides things for you. You don't know what position you in. See, if you didn't realize that you think you live because you just live. No, you live because I allow you to live. You don't have anything. You can't survive without me.
I mean, I guess I could see earning things back, but
it's gonna be a long time for you to earn something back.
Well, yeah, because
you gonna
the
sleep on the
respect
floor.
has to come back for sure.
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do everything go up because, like I said, she's like 8, so she don't know what she does. She was 14. Everything burns.
Well, I also was gonna say, especially if that's the first time,
I'll be like the Joker. Everything burns.
And that young, she might not even I mean, clearly because she did it in a fit of anger, she might know that that's disrespectful. But there is a possibility if it's her first time ever spitting on somebody, she doesn't realize how disrespectful that really is.
It'd be her first and last time ever spitting somebody.
Well, yeah, she's gonna learn, but there's like you said, 14 years old.
You know why we have 2 children? So I can get rid of one. I'm telling you right now, she's gonna be so scared of ever doing something like that again to anybody. Because the only reason why I got to do something like that because I don't want her to ever try to spit in somebody's face. She'll die.
The problem is before this, how does she not have respect to begin with? To even talk to them that way, I would have corrected that already.
Bean said she learned it from her mother. Her mother probably talks disrespectfully to men before, or something of that nature. Because most kids usually are a little fearful of men more than anybody.
I mean, let's also put the thought in there that a lot of times this happens when there's a split, there's resentment, there is a possibility that her biological father could be talking crap. Like, he's not your real dad. You don't got to do that. That also happens.
That could be true too.
So there's a lot of things that and if
new boyfriend comes in or replaces the father, she wants to be rebellious because she don't want to listen to him. You're not my dad type thing. I say, yeah, you're right. I ain't your dad because if I was your dad.
Well, if that's the case, we're not only is there going to be punishment, but there's going to be a discussion, and we're going to have a discussion with the father. And if he can't be respectful, there's going to be.
I wouldn't burn the stuff her father got her, but he ain't allowed. Whatever he get her is not allowed in my house, or she can go over there.
I mean, I definitely
I'll
think she's gonna be Cinderella for a little bit.
Listen, it'd be fucking baby boy up in here. You need to make a decision. Me or her?
Put the block on the phone today.
Me or her? Because I mean, I'll say this. I'm glad the mother tried to stop him to cool him down. Because what I would do is this. I'm gonna calm down. Then we're gonna do like my father used to do me. I'm gonna sit you down and I'm gonna talk to you. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm about to beat your ass. And I want you to know exactly why I'm doing it. And to know it hurts me to do this to you. Now take your ass downstairs.
See, if I did something wrong, I immediately went to my room. My dad would say, "Go wait in your room till I'm ready to spank you." And that was like the worst.
Yeah, that would be too.
And I knew what I did. I'm pondering over everything I just did.
Oh, I love that. See, you know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That's so traumatizing.
Oh, that's exactly what I want to do.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna make it better. Forget sleeping. I'm gonna catch your ass when you're in the shower. Yes, sweat and everything.
Man,
where you going? You ain't going nowhere.
Therapists are gonna love you.
I'm taking.
What you do is take the baby oil and spray it on.
Oh yeah. Oh, you ain't never got whooped in the shower? Yeah.
No, my dad would never.
Oh yeah, it's another.
My dad's very like
not 14, but like 8. Yeah, you a girl, I'll whoop you right in the shower. Butt naked and all.
No, I would say once I was out of diapers, my dad.
Oh, for that? You spit on me? You might get it at 4. You might get it at 14. If you spit on me. But 8 for sure you getting that.
I don't know. I guess I'm just thinking of different things. I want it to be more of a learning lesson and an understanding lesson versus getting beat.
Getting beat is definitely a learning lesson.
I could see that, but I could also see getting like we had said earlier, getting everything taken away, and now you're doing chores for numbers, amounts, and you got to buy your stuff back. Now,
listen,
I've never been grounded once in my entire life.
Never.
The beat down was over.
Wait a minute.
I've gotten everything. I got beat and grounded.
I've gotten grounded before. I don't remember what it was.
Levels to the beat down, like belts, extension cords.
See, but my father was overly physical. So I could have literally, it does not matter what I did. I got the worst beat down every time. I had to go to the yard and pick out my own 2x4.
I want to say this.
And grounded.
And this might be me being a little racist. I just don't feel your version of what you consider a beatdown the same version of what I consider a beatdown. I would love to know if I could go back to just watch you get a whooping.
Even my brother, who's older than me, and he was bad. He also got beat. He used to be like, I always felt so bad for Karen. She got her ass beat.
What I want to say is this, and maybe it's the ancestry slavery in me. I just feel like what y'all consider hard might not be as hard as what we consider. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
So I'll put it this way. My dad and his siblings were raised very similar. That was passed down. So they treated their children the same way. And luckily we didn't, probably because my mom was very nice and loving. But my dad's siblings got CPS called on them many times because of abuse.
Well, see, that's the difference.
And it ain't
black
just
folks
because
don't
of
get
white
nothing
people.
called on them, and we don't know the number.
Well, when they show up with bruises and
see, the good thing about black skin,
broken arms, and
you can't see bruises that good in them unless you really getting beat
when
hard.
your arm is broken, your rib is broken, you say you fell down the stairs.
No, we ain't never break no ribs. We just beat skin.
I've never had a bone broken on me. My cousins have.
Okay, let me ask you this. This doesn't tell it all right now. If you had to estimate how many times you think you got an actual whooping.
Oh.
Now, I don't hit a whooping.
I can't even count. I literally got beat probably every day. Not just like pants down, beat. Like I said, he used to make me go pick out a 2x4.
He hit you in the butt?
Because
Because now I'm starting to wonder about some things.
Why? Sometimes it depends. Sometimes it would be the belt. Sometimes it would be
bare ass.
Sometimes it depends. It depends what it was.
My father. Well, let me say this though. I
got bare ass beat for not eating my dinner one day because I gagged on rice.
I think the thing I have to realize, and I think the thing she ain't realizing about on my end, I've met your father. Her father is about 5'9", 5'9". At his biggest, maybe what, 2 something?
No, he's like 180 maybe.
180?
170 something.
What was that his biggest?
No.
What
He's
was
lost 80 pounds.
Okay, let's just say 260. Let's just say 260 to be generous. 5'9", 260. Average white man. My father played for the NFL. My dad at the time, he was 6'2". Probably about at the time growing up, my dad probably weighed about 300 pounds. Solid 300 pounds. Flat. I'm talking about flat stomach 300 pounds. My dad was a strong man. So my beatings, I hate with an anger problem. I'm not saying your beatings weren't bad.
I don't know why we're competing.
I'm not competing. I'm just saying.
I just want to explain to you that the father that you know is not the father that I grew up with.
100%. And I'm telling you, the father that no parent is the parent that you knew.
No. My parents' divorce changed my dad 100%. My dad never spoke to us. It was just either screaming at anything that we did wrong and hitting us, or the silent treatment always. And he gave us all his might. Like I got all my dad's strength.
Oh yeah,
every last ounce of it.
I have no doubt in my mind.
I
got all my dad.
Not the man, and I don't really want to like divulge.
My legs are scarred up because of my father. I mean, it just is what it is. My mother, I could probably count on one hand how many times my mom hit me.
My mom's never hit me, but that's because she saw what my dad did.
My dad gave way more than enough.
My mom used to make up for it with love, or try to.
My mother hit me before, but she's never whooped me. My mother tried to stab me though too, so I don't know.
It's a lot of therapy that seems to be needed
in this room.
I tell my nieces.
I have seen a counselor.
So have I. I've told my nieces.
All right, ain't nobody. We're not keeping score.
I probably still need to go. I've blocked out a lot of my childhood.
I told my nieces that what we consider whooping, getting punished, what we consider abuse.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Now this is where I have, and this is probably how our parents were, the patience for young kids to say they had a struggle. When I'm looking at them and I'm like, you're not getting beat. You're not getting slapped across the face. You're not getting these things, and you still feel like the world is so hard on you. So for me, and they have more, and I will say this, maybe a lot of it might be internal that we've just buried down, but it just seems like they function worse in society than we do, even though we physically got beat way more than they've ever.
Our parents?
I'm saying the younger generation of kids.
Oh, because they're babies.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So in the same sense of, yeah, do I wish none of us all had to go through all the so-called what they call abuse? Yeah, but also I also understand I can function medium. A lot better too.
There can be a happy medium. You don't have to baby them all the way, but you also don't have to beat the tar out of them either.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this.
I definitely believe in, to an extent, spankings.
I believe in spanking. Let me ask you, do you feel like there was a lot of love in your home?
No.
Beans.
Oh.
I want to say
Let's too quick on that.
It was hard to tell.
I can say for a fact, the worst days I ever could, well, all holidays. Those were the worst days. The holidays were the biggest arguments, the biggest fights, whoopings, all that stuff came from the holidays.
The worst days for me was just anytime my dad was home. My dad was home and I was like,
if you didn't have a father to where when he came home, everybody was like scattered like roaches, like, all right, y'all, I'm getting out this way.
and I was so sheltered, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. I couldn't even walk around the block to go to the playground. I had no escape.
When my father came home, it's like my sister just jetted to her room, shut the door, locked. You know how you see somebody like, oh, Debo coming, they locking 12 lock. That's how my sister was. I was like one of those people that was like, not that I said this, but this is how I kind of portrayed it in my mind. It was like, fuck him. He ain't gonna run me up out of here. I don't care if I catch a whooping. And like, but I call all the whoopings because my father had to he had anger inside him and he had to push it out on somebody.
That was me.
So I was like, go ahead. If you're gonna do it, do it. Like that's how I was. Like just gonna whoop me. I took more blunt end of the whoopings than my sister, my nephew. I mean, my cousin, everybody. I took more whoopings from my father than anybody else did.
Me too, because of my ADHD. And as a child, my dad never understood it. So he just thought I was bad and he had to beat it out of me. But really, there's a lot more behind it. And for a while I questioned it, but then I was like, I'm fine with it because my sister was always very, very small for her age. And when she got beat, she got flung across the room because she's so tiny.
Let me ask you.
So I was like, I'll take it.
So this is the question of the podcast today. If you could go back in time, what's one thing you would change about your life? If something you could change, what would it be? Directory, whatever. Anything that you
I feel like we've asked this question before.
Well,
I probably would change my I was always very stubborn, I can do things my way. I wish I would have been more open-minded and listened, because maybe I would have started on my weight loss journey sooner, or maybe I would have went and knew what I wanted to go to college for, different things like that. So I just think that I really, instead of being like you don't know nothing, I always was like that. I wish I really was more open-minded and listened to words of wisdom.
So what would you tell yourself if you could go back right now and tell them one thing? You can tell them one thing.
I don't know. I probably would just tell myself, you don't know nothing. If you're going to have a hard life if you don't
keep going down this path.
Well, not that I went down a bad path, but I learned everything the hard way, because I always was like, you say it all the time too. You'll tell me something, I got to learn it the hard way. I wish I didn't. I wish I was like, oh,
it's like the same way every
people
time.
And picked and choose to put together what I needed to know.
And then what's so funny? She'll go through the hard thing, find the result that either I or somebody else said in the beginning of this whole dilemma process, and then she goes and says, you know what, I'm gonna start listening more. And then she goes right back to the same habit of, I'm like, you say you're gonna listen more. Yeah, but this isn't the same thing. And I'm like,
well,
yes, it is.
But it's also
programming
when you tell me something, you expect me to just blindly listen like a robot. Sometimes
it's called faith.
Yeah, but sometimes I need a process.
It ain't a robot. It's
Everybody
called faith.
needs a process. Okay, is this the direct? It's not even do I think that you're right or wrong? It's is this the direction I want to go in?
Well, see, the thing is, if it is about if you think I'm right or wrong, because if you go and do it and then you do it your way and you realize you're wrong and then you realize I'm right, now you've gotten it ain't faith anymore. Now you got, what do you call it? Confirmation. It's wisdom now.
In some areas, but okay, I got three very good job offers at the same time. You suggested that I go one way. I was leaning a different way.
What I suggested
you were
was
leaning more towards one way. I'm not saying you told me what to do, because either way it was my decision that I made. but you were leaning one way versus the other for different reasons. You never said don't do that or this is a terrible choice, but I weighed everything and they're very different options.
What I said, and I'm gonna repeat it again, was you have to pick which one you like doing the most.
Yeah.
That was my
I didn't
advice.
ask for you to decide for me, but there were things that you were highlighting one way more than the other way.
No.
Let's be honest.
I'm being
'Cause
honest.
You still were up until
No. So this is the thing. We're talking about 2 jobs. We can talk about the one job because you ain't working there no more.
Okay.
The post office. She said, what do you think about the post office versus the other job I'm taking? I said, well, let's think about this. I said, everything happens for a reason. I said, the post office is the first job that called you to say, we want to hire you. I said, right now you're on, these are the pluses I see from the post office. I start running off the pluses. I say, you're trying to lose weight. You're going to be moving around a lot. You're going to be outside. These are the things that I'm giving her. As soon as I start talking about the things that are positive about the job, she starts throwing out negative things, saying, yeah, but this has this and this has that. No, don't finish. Let me finish. I'm not denying that these things exist, but because I'm bringing up the positive, she starts throwing out the negative of this job. Then when I start talking to her about the other job, and I start saying, well, this job, that I start bringing up a negative thing about this job, the other job, she starts bringing up the positive. Well, before I can finish and even give any positive or negative. So what I realized from her saying that, subconsciously, she already made the decision of what job she wants to have. She just don't realize it. And I tried to explain that to her, and she was like, no, that's not it. And I'm like, yes, it is.
So that's your viewpoint, but that's not really in actuality what it was.
Well, okay, where was this? Pause.
I actually had not had made my I was leaning towards the post office until I worked there.
You were never leaning towards the post office.
I would say the last week I worked there, and that's how much you don't listen to me.
I don't have to listen. Look at the result.
But listen, I kept telling you that I liked it more than I thought I ever would.
Okay, wait, watch this. You hear what she just said? She said, now I'm gonna prove how you don't make no sense right now. She just said before she started the job, she was leaning towards the post office more than the other job. Then she just said, when I started the job, I actually liked it more than I thought I would.
So wait.
Stop a second. Listen to me, Beans, and hear what I just said. She just said she was leaning towards the post office before she started the job. And then she started the job.
That's not what I said.
Hold up. Beans, what'd she say?
That is not what I said.
Let him say what she said. What did she say, Beans?
I did, but I didn't say what you said. No, you.
What am I saying different?
Can I talk?
Okay, tell me. No, all I want to know is what am I saying different?
Before I started the job I started today, I was leaning towards the post office. Before I started the post office, I was not. So when I started the post office, I started to like it more, and I was like, "Oh wow, I want this."
Wait a minute.
Job.
Repeat what you just said.
Before I started the post office, I wasn't leaning that way. Then after I started it, I was like,
"See how she just flipped it?"
No, I didn't. You didn't even let me talk. Before I started,
and I'm glad we got this on tape.
Before I started the job that I'm at now, after I started the post office. So in between, when I was working at the post office, I was like, wow.
Pause. Before you started any of those two jobs, before you started any of those two jobs, which were you leaning towards?
TSA. That was my number one pick.
We're talking about two jobs, not the TSA. We're talking about the two jobs that
I was not leaning towards the post office because it was outside. Then I started it and said, wow, I like this job more. And I almost was going to be 100% in until I had that last week that was really rough. And then I started to think about the winter.
So what did I just say from the jump, Beans?
No,
I said that I realized off rip what she did not want to do versus what she wanted to do.
But I was back and forth every day.
You were not.
I was.
No.
Listen to me.
You were.
Listen to me. Beans, hear me out. When I was talking to him about these two jobs, I said, I need to make a pros and cons list of each job because whichever job I have, I would like it to be my last job. I want to retire. I want it to be a career. And I had said from the beginning, whatever job offers me, whatever, I'm taking it right away, regardless. And eventually I will figure out if another one offers it to me and I don't like it and I want to, like, however that plays out. So I said, I need to make a pros and cons list. He jumps off the rip. This is great about the post office. This is great about the
Pause. That's now I was with her until she said this.
And then
stop. I was with her until she said I had to make a pros and cons list. She made a pros and cons list.
I never did.
She can't stop a second. This is what she told me. I made a pros and cons. I want to ask you, what do you think about these jobs? Which job out of these two do you feel I should take? And then I started to speak on the post office job and explain what I thought was positive. As soon as I started speaking on the things that were positive, she interrupts me.
Let me finish.
Like that.
No, because
and then
you're
started
making me
jumping
mad.
in the negative. Go ahead.
Let me finish. I was about to say all of that, but let me say how it correctly went. I said, I need to make a pros and cons list. I want to discuss. I would like to know what you think. He said, this is your choice. Make whatever's best for you, blah, blah, blah. I said, I absolutely know this is my choice. I'm never going to just go with, if you tell me what to do, nothing. I'm making a decision, but I'd like to, besides my own thoughts bouncing around my head. So then he started to say the positives about the post office and the negatives about the IRS. So to even the playing field, because I thought we were kind of verbally going through pros and cons, I then gave the negatives of the post office and the positives of the other one.
Why?
Because you only gave the negative of the post office.
You know why?
Okay, so I'm
going to answer why.
The other one.
The reason why she started doing that, because her subconscious already knew what she wanted.
Not
she
true.
never gave me an opportunity. Listen, she never gave me an opportunity to speak on the negative about the post office. She never gave me an opportunity to speak on the positive about the IRS. She jumped in before I even got to that point because she already subconsciously knew what she wanted.
No, that's false.
Look at the result, people.
Yeah, it was because he immediately was like positive post office, negative other job.
No, it wasn't.
And
That's
if
not
you
how
would
it
have said
went.
positives and negatives and positives and negatives, I wouldn't have
Guess
had
what?
nothing to say.
Guess what, Beans? When we had this conversation, I literally looked at her and I said, I can already tell what you're going to choose because you've already shown your hand without even realizing it. And she's like, no, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I did want
The
to lean
result
that way.
is the result.
I did want to lean that way. However,
So what are we even discussing?
I wanted to lean that way because I didn't even think I would get offered the other two jobs, first of all. Second of all, I was familiar with it. But then once I started the post office, I actually really loved it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest, I almost rejected the other offers.
So I want you to now. This is the
Until
thing.
last week.
When we
Amazon
done with
Prime
this,
got me.
when we done with our podcast, about an hour and 40 minutes in, I want you to go back and watch this tape so you can see how you just switched up and he saw what he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So you can think
I didn't switch up.
Yes, you did. I'm gonna tell you how you switched.
Completely hear me.
No. The tape don't lie. I don't gotta sit there.
I didn't switch up because I'm not lying. It's the truth. I'm going on what happened.
I'm talking about the whole point of you saying initially.
Well, okay, so maybe I might have said initially, but what I meant was before today, after I started working at the post office, I was like 99% post office. 99. I
Before
used to
today,
tell
you started a new job today. What are you talking
that's what
about?
I'm saying.
That don't make sense.
Well, before I made the decision to jump over, which was literally just last week. So I was like literally all in. I used to tell you every day how much I liked it. I like it so much more. I used to tell you all the good things.
And guess what I
about
would
it.
do? Roll my eyes because all that stuff was just talking. I knew what it was going to be.
Thank you for speaking into existence then.
What do you mean?
Thank you for thinking it into existence.
I ain't
for
think
giving it
nothing.
the
I already
energy.
saw it. I don't have to think. It's if you present something to me, it'd be like this. If you say, "Hey, babe, what do you think about going to Florida?"
I was never.
And I'm
100%.
like, well, Florida, they got palm trees and by the third thing I say positive, you say, yeah, but Florida's really hot and Florida's this, and you keep saying negative things about Florida. In my mind, I'm asking you, Beans, what would that make you think? She really don't want to go to Florida. She just trying to make yourself believe it.
But that's not what it was. It was this and this. I need to know the positives and negatives and positive and negative. I wasn't like, what do you think about the post office? And then only saying all the negatives about it.
I'm trying to say
and
it
that's
in
what
the best
you need
way.
to realize.
I'm telling you what you did towards me. You can feel what you did.
We have different perceptions.
Well, you're right. We do. And guess what? The one thing that does hold true is the result.
Okay.
I'm not
mad about it.
The result is what I said it was going to be.
Okay.
So clearly I knew I had some insight on something that you didn't see.
Well, at the end of the day, I was never 100% anyway.
Can you answer that question?
What?
Did I have insight on something you couldn't see?
I mean, maybe. Or you can.
No, it's no maybe. It's either a yes or no. Maybe. Did I have insight on something?
I was never 100% and
that's not what I asked you.
Until last week.
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Whatever you thought is what you thought. I don't know what you had.
I just said.
But either way, I was 99%.
Okay, how about this? Let me.
I said,
I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. Beans. I'm asking you based off of what you heard. Did I have insight on something that she couldn't see at the time?
Maybe you just knew what I would enjoy.
Based off the conversation that you had, he saw that you were already mainly that you were going to take whatever job you were talking about. The other besides
the opposite.
And I could see how you see that, but when I was speaking about it, that's not what my intention was. My intention wasn't to be negative about the post office and positive about the other job. It was because you didn't list anything negative, and I wanted it to be an even playing field. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I'm not talking about your intent. I'm talking about what.
But that's why I did it.
I'm talking about the result. That's all I'm talking about.
Doesn't matter.
No, the result does matter.
It doesn't.
Because he knew you were going to pick.
Thank you.
But I didn't.
That's what the whole point I'm saying.
So maybe you just knew what I would enjoy. Maybe you just knew what I would like and don't like.
He's saying he had insight because he knew you were going to pick
what you picked. Do you know? Okay, give you an example. You know how somebody has pick a card, any card, and you pick a card. You don't know what the card is, but I do. And then you show it. I say it's an 8 of hearts, and you look at it, it's an 8 of hearts. No. I had insight on what you were going to do.
You just know what I like versus what I don't like. That's like
me
showing you a Jets t-shirt and a white t-shirt, and I already know what you're going to pick.
Yeah, it's called insight.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
But I still, it's not like I was like doing this for kicks. Like I really was indecisive about it.
I know that. I just said that, babe. You're not hearing what.
But you act like I knew this whole time.
I knew this whole time.
I don't
not
care
you.
that you knew the whole time.
He's saying he knew based off the conversation.
And that's fine.
You were going to move a certain way.
That's fine. But in that conversation, that wasn't what was even going through my mind. It just so happened that the results aligned with it.
For some reason, you keep trying to put it into your mind. We're not talking about your mind. We're talking about my mind.
Doesn't matter.
Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with us today. Anything else you want to talk about, Beans?
No, we good. I got a scenario for y'all next time.
Okay. Hey, I'm your boy Canteen. I'm gonna wait on it.
Back in my seat. There we go.
Now let's rewind it. I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Beans.
Y'all have a good week.
I gotta go handle and deal with this, y'all. And that's Kate today, to the RTE today. That's my girl. All right. I'm your boy. Let's get out of here. Y'all, what's safe? Monday. Go grind, man.
Go get your workout on.
Let's go.
Nigga! That's gotta be racist.
Daddy.